Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dulya Gunithilaka, a student architect from Slit School of Architecture. So welcome you all to the third episode of the Architects Discussion Forum, which is organized by the Sri Lanka Institute of Architects. Chartered architect Russell Dandeniya is the principal architect and also the director of RDC Architects Private Limited. He is also the past chairman of the Architects Regional Council of Asia and the vice president of Zone A ARC Asia, and also the past president of Rotary Club of Capital City, and an external examiner and a visiting tutor in University of Moratuwa, University of Kelaniya, and City School of Architecture. Talking about his academic qualification, he has done his bachelor's degree in built environment and master's in architecture. Russell Dandeniya is a practicing architect at his intentionally small, experimental and studio-based office, believing in a mode of practice that is cleverly fuses with the client's pragmatic requirements with the architect's inner belief. Russell searches for an architecture that is minimal in resource use, sustainable in environmental response, and is consciously dealing with the local climate, people, and place. He is an award-winning architect, and he has won the awards for the Best Personalized House of the year 2008, the Young Architect of the year 2009, and the Merit Award in 2018 under the category of the office buildings, which were awarded by the Sri Lanka Institute of Architects. He has also won the Best CSR Project Award in 2018 and the Best Sustainable Project Award in 2018, both by the Japan, Sri Lanka Technical and Cultural Associations, an AIA Honor Award for Open International Architecture 2019, AIA Sustainability Future Award in 2019, which is the Jury Special Award for Jiffy Building in Mirigama, EPZ both by American Institute of Architects, and Luxury Lifestyle Awards in 2021, New York for the Best Luxury Architecture, which is a residential project. So welcome on stage, Chartered Architect Russell Dandeniya, Architect Chandima Gawarammanna, and Mrs. Nethmi Jayarathne for your presentation.
Good evening all. I'm Chandima Gawarammanna from RDC Architects, and we are RDC Architects from Russell Dandeniya, Chartered Architect, and Nethmi Jayarathne. So today I'm going to present about a small, okay, thank you, small topic like transformation, the minimalism. So as we all know, now we are in a situation after a pandemic in all over the world. So from this event, we have identified some things in our lives actually. Like we have started to think about the needs of our lives and the wants. So basic needs actually that we have understood is like self-actualization and esteem and love of belongings, and safety needs and physical, psychological needs. So apart from that, I think, and we all think, there's a situation that we have to choose that if that is a need or that we want that. So based on that, as architects, we all have identified the in architectural aspect also, the clients have been come to us with like limitized briefs and all. So the spaces have been utilized according to the actual need of them. So based on that, we have identified to say something about this like minimalism in like minimalistic living. So what is minimalistic living? So in minimalistic, aesthetically, minimalist art offers a highly purified form of beauty. It can seen also been representing such qualities as truth. So because it does not pretend to be anything other than what it is. So order, simplicity, and harmony. So individual autonomy. When we talking about minimalistic living, we have to familiarize with this like individual autonomy. So this refers primarily to feelings of independence of the individuality. People who practice minimalism are most likely to feel the confident in comfortable with themselves and individuals. So after that, the competence. Because minimalists are surrounded by fewer distractions, they are better to able to focus on the tasks that demand their undivided and attention. This way, they are more likely to attend the important things going on in their lives. Also, whether they are interpersonal relationships or work assignments. So, talking about the mental space, on average, people who subscribe to minimalist practices are more self-disciplined. Moreover, rather than multitasking, they are able to decide their attention to one thing at a time, functioning their efforts to the task and hand without distracting themselves with unnecessary objects or thoughts and positive emotions. Overall, minimalists experience less stress and anxiety and more helpness and fulfillment because they do not concern themselves with the miniature of everyday life. They are able to get more out of meaningful habits and interactions. So the role of architect is to create spaces that meet the needs of users. Architect of buildings influenced by many factors such as behavioral, socio-cultural and physical which affect the design. So this is a house project that we are going to present you about this is a completely different story about the minimalism and minimalistic living. So this is a concept that we have going to present you all about if we think minimalistic is a visual effect, so then also we can go deep into the minimalism and we can think minimal in our lifestyle also. What are the basic needs? So Nethmi will present about this house that we have gone through in our office. Nethmi?
Thank you, Chandima. I'm Nethmi. It's nice to be here. So I'll be discussing from following up with the basic needs of architecture that we have identified in terms of psychological, mental, and the physical well-being. So we are moving on to the case study, which is the Eco House at Madinnagoda. So I'll explain how this the whole concept can be taken into a minimalistic aspect where. So first of all, I'll just explain a bit about the context. So this is overlooking the Diyavanna on one side, and onto the other side you have the marshland. So in this whole plot, the design, the client's requirements was to have some the very basic needs, and as architects we have tried to cater to that specific requirement. So onto the right side you can see the client, which is a Sri Lankan family. And what is very special about this particular case study is the whole of the house is built by repurposed materials. That is, all the materials have been recycled, and all the materials have been obtained by the adjoining junkyards and container yards. So what you can see is all the repurposed materials and how it is being used. So when it comes to the environmental aspect, so this is a project that is located in a very greenery and a very ecological site. So responding to that, we have enhanced the aspect of natural ventilation and sunlight that we have taken into the building, and we have tried to cater to that aspect of the particular site. And so these are some of the pictures of the client and how we have taken into the detailing the particular the recycled materials in terms of the doors and the windows, and also how we have catered to the specific needs of the client. And also I have to elaborate, so the project is in two phases. So the client's requirement was to have one phase which caters for the basic needs. Then they can expand or enhance the project into a second phase, so that so when their needs and the requirements increase, they can build the second part of the project. So so these are the two phases of the project. So the number one is the project that has been already built, which has one slot for car parking, and the second part will be a superimpose of the first part, and automatically you'll be getting another car park plot as well. And in the particular second phase also we have incorporated the natural ventilation and the same environmental aspects as well as the material usage in terms of recycling. And yes, so what I would like to conclude from the, for concluding, I would like to invite our principal architect Russell Dandeniya to.
Good evening to you all. Thank you, Chandima and Nethmi. I think we have done very simple and minimalist presentation to recognize a strong justification on one fact. After pandemic, we felt many of physical objects and physical elements of our own a little bit of shaky need, because when the lockdown, most important element of us all is just a roof over the head and the food. Rest of everything become a little bit of secondary need. I think every year we are serving only 10 clients. We are not getting all the projects to do. Out of 10 to 40 requirements, we stick to 10 housing projects. You all have to believe all these 10 houses are above 100 million or 50 million. Huge houses. Every time when we are getting a client, we are saying the minimalistic thing, you have to do a small house, and why you are putting up, this is not good for maintenance, and all stories. But still, they need a big houses. But what we have to identify after the COVID is very important, because world going economically really hardships. Then we are feeling our region, Asian region, is going very hard economic situation, specifically our country. So we are in the context of little bit of economically vibrant situation. But I think even we learn and we thought we should go for simplicity, simple and various things. When you are going to construct your own house, you are coming up and you are starting up with huge ego. Because that's happened because I think 1980s, that some of the bigger company, they offered higher salaries to their employees to work in for 16 hours. Workers, the employees doesn't know they really work for 16 hours, right? But they only felt they are getting a higher salary. Then they started to buy a car, putting up a big house, right? Early days, what happened was most of the kids, after they growing, still they were living with their parental house. Maybe when the family grown up, even they try to temporarily live there. When essentiality comes, because the lifespan of the family is different, maybe after some time they have to go to studies and they have to change their living place because of the employment, and various things are coming up over the passage of time. Now, as I said, I don't know, we love to serve small clients and simple clients. Then I asked Nethmi and Chandima to find a house, simple house. Only simple house we got is this. This is the smallest house done by RDC Architects couple of years ago. That is the only house we have to show you, to justify this minimalism. That is very sad. I think this is the high time we all of us to think really what we really need, what is sustainable. This client is very specific. He also a millionaire. He also came up with a huge land in Rajagiriya. Then we said the same story. He identified it. Then we said, if you are going to reuse and reusing the material, then sometime those materials have been used and you are not any adverse personality who are using the future generations material, already used material. He agreed, and we did a house, only one room on top, and the living and kitchen area on the ground floor. It is very basic house. Attic is for their kids. Now their kids are grown up, and they repeat the same sort of house as Nethmi explained. Now they're living very happily. It's simple house. Throughout the life, they are very happy. I think this is a high time all of us to see seriously of this world trending. We have to give up our egos aside. I must not put a house, the other person's more than a bigger house like other person. We have to be realistic what we really need. And we have to stick to the reality. I think it is a high time for us to first, we have to live in this moment. Basic contain, we can start with flexible houses. Actually, once you need, the family grows with kids, and when they are demanding rooms, it should be some possibility to grow. In that case, we can be happy the present day and future as well. See our young leaders, I think after this pandemic, a lot of IT guys, now they are getting a lot of money. As I said, 80s, now 2022, same thing will happen. They are getting more money and they are building forever. So what is this? That our concept is they have to think genuinely and talk into their hearts. It's like this, if I can pay for electricity, I am putting all the way lights. If I can pay for water, all the taps open. If we can eat a lot, I am eating. I think that consumerism, we have to be a little bit more meaningfully, we have to address. I think this is a high time, we have to transform. Humans generally not transform. Early days, religious mechanisms were there, human to identify that simplicity and various other things. Now I think none of us are respecting our religions, even country's law or politics, nothing. We are in a chaotic society. So built environment is reflecting that chaotic attitudes of people. I am humbly requesting all public with this simple presentation. This is not a request from the people who are dealing. Those who are building up 50 million, 100 million, let them to build. But I am talking and I am saying the majority of people, Sri Lankans, we should be genuine and realistic. Don't get loans and build your house for your husband's parents and wife's parents, and study room, library, gym, all these things we have to be realistically think we should really need. And ultimately what is happening, one time we are going to pay 4 times of the value over the period of 20, 30 years as loan repayment, and we are stuck. Today, if we want to really live, we have to build what we need. Over the period of time, we can exaggerate that house. I have to apologize my big clients. This message is not for you, but ordinary people, I am humbly requesting, think what you are doing, and younger generation who are dreaming houses in a big way, think your basic requirement and address to it, and please live. Then you can save 4 times of your initial investment as you are saving. That is the way we have to transform. The virus might be small, but lesson is huge. If we are not transforming with this, we never transform. Thank you.
Thank you, Architect Russell Dandeniya, for your presentation.